Well, it's one step up from a paper napkin design, but the preliminary drawings, you can see they progress. Well, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the best way to do this is, and I've got a few renditions here, and I think I've come up with a solution. The beginnings of the new garden for the rain gutter, the hybrid rain gutter grow system. I got these pails from Dollar Tree, $1 a piece, but I couldn't haul everything I needed. I still need concrete, but this is going to be a beautiful system as well as functional. I want to give kudos, heads up to Larry Hall for inspiring me to do this. I don't know if I love it or hate it. It's a heck of a lot of work, but I'm hoping that the work that I put in now will pay for itself in less work later. Decided to get this project underway. I have most of my parts. I need to run out and get some concrete, and I'll be augering some holes and planting posts so I can do a 3-foot tall modified hybrid rain gutter system. I'm now on the Facebook page for the rain gutter grow system. It's run by Larry Hall and a couple other folks. Great source of information. I suggest if you're interested in getting in on something like this, you hook up with Larry Hall and his videos on YouTube, and also their Facebook group. There's some good deals on grow bags and lots of information. So without further ado, I'll get started on this stuff. So the project begins. Last night I cut strips. I'm gonna have one of these at every 5 feet on the run of pipe, and I've laid out for the pipe and left enough room to put a 2x4 on top of it. So the 2x4 will be exactly at the top of the pipe when the pipe is installed. So now to run string lines and plant the corner posts. Once I get the corner posts in, then I will be able to do the ones in the center. Well, layout is one of the most important parts, because if you screw this up, your whole project goes to heck. So what I've done, I've decided to start at that end, because if I want to expand the garden at any later time, I have this whole area where I can, put in some 90s and tee off, and I can get another 3 lengths of pipe in here. So I'm going to hang the pipe off the end. Of course, I have to cut this end off anyway to put fittings on it, but it will give me enough clearance to add on later. All right, I've augered the holes on one side, and now to clean up the mess, all the dirt. Handy little tool right here. Wow, it's hot out here. It's still morning. I'm working up a sweat. All right, such is gardening life, right? My mess is cleaned up, and I've leveled out the 2 corner posts, or plumbed them up rather, and got all my holes cleaned and just set them in concrete. So this is step 1. Make sure that I have a good basis for my string lines and a good solid area to measure off of. Seems like the material list never ends. Well, this is the following day, and I think it's important to do this these posts in stages because of the accuracy required on being level. I'm setting posts in stages. I'm waiting for a 2 7/8 hole saw to do my buckets. I will say that Lowe's and Home Depot do not sell 2 7/8. I had to go to Amazon. Okay, what I've done is built a giant square, and this is the measurement to the next post. So the next post will go right here, and that way it'll be all lined up for my scalloped holders. And that way I can square up each post so all my faces are exactly the same. What I'm doing is I'm cutting all of these scallop pieces to the same length using a block so they're all identical. I have made a template that I'm going to trace the scallops on and cut out the next set. As you can see, when you look down this plywood, it is not a straight line. It has got big bows in it. Look at that bow. So another reason for these 2x4s that are glued and screwed is to make them straight and to add additional vertical support. Well, I've augered the rest of the holes. My other videos kind of explain it, but the reason I went with a raised bed garden and the reason that I'm doing all of this is because this used to be a junkyard and I don't trust the soil. So right here I think I might have hit a Cadillac. I couldn't go very far, so that's going to be a short bury, maybe about 10 inches or 8 inches, something like that. The rest of them are pretty deep. I don't want this thing to shift. So okay, that's the end of the day. My large square is working out perfectly. I've marked the width and this aligns the faces of them, and yeah, so it's gonna be a good fit. They're all exactly parallel to one another. Okay, here's a test bucket. I drilled 22 holes in it, just free-handed them. I ordered my grow bags today. I got the 3-gallon version. She says I can bunch it up on the bottom a little bit. The top is 10.5. The grow bag, and the bottom is 8. The grow bag is 10 inches round. The 3-gallon is 10 inches round and 10 inches tall. So hopefully this will all work out. And to get rid of the little burrs, I'm using a hole saw. To get rid of the little burrs, I just hit it with a propane torch. They seem to disappear well enough. It doesn't take away the big ones, but all the little scraggly stuff is pretty much gone. That ought to do enough. Set my 2 end boards, and I've ran a string line at the bottom of each of the 2 outside little bevels. And so now I'll set the other pieces just to mark off where the posts should be cut so they're perfect, because I'm going to set a 2x4 on top of each post, so they have to be pretty right on. I've got the braces temporarily screwed in just to scribe a line so I know where to cut it, and I've checked it all the way down. I'm 1/10 of an inch off, which shouldn't be very much. I mean, if you're looking at it on a normal level, you'd never even be able to tell. Okay, I've added some blocks to these frames. Something to screw the 2x4s down to. So I've glued and nailed these off to here, and we'll let those dry overnight, and then I'll cut posts tomorrow, I guess. Whew, what a day. Well, yesterday I took everything apart. I added some 2x4s, some bracing. This is my water system, collecting rainwater off the roof, and it will, right now it feeds my raised bed garden. It will feed this as well. I'm going to end this series, well, I'm going to end this episode rather now, and feel free to subscribe. More episodes will be coming in the next few days, so if you want to get notification that the episodes are coming, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I live on an airport, by the way.